Hey guys, Ultra Maximus here. Make sure to click all the things. Subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell. And follow me on all the social medias. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below. Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another video, and today I wanted to talk about Star Trek Picard. Now, as we know, Season 2 of Star Trek Picard is coming soon, and we know a few things about the show already. Number one, Q is going to be a big part of the show, as seen by the trailer. Guinan is going to be making an appearance. We do know that. Patrick Stewart invited Whoopi Goldberg, when he was on The View, and she's going to be part of the show. We also know Brent Spiner is going to be back as AI Soong, and Jonathan Frakes is going to be Riker. We're not going to get a Troy, but Riker will appear. He's going to direct some episodes too, I believe. And other than that, we really don't know who else might make an appearance on the show. We do know that there's going to be time travel. It's going to be a big component of the series. We've also seen some Bajoran artifacts from Deep Space Nine in the trailer. The hourglass had the sand running backwards, so that's pretty obvious. And it's rumored that Season 2 and 3 is going to be filmed back-to-back, thanks to the Q actor John Delancey kind of spilled the beans on that. And really, that's all we know about the show. So with that in mind, let's take a look at the top 10 characters that we need to see appear at some point in Star Trek Picard. My number 10 pick is going to go to the conspiracy aliens, or the bluegill aliens from Star Trek The Next Generation. This was a fantastic episode where we had these little parasite aliens that had infiltrated Starfleet, and Picard and Riker get to the Queen here at the end of the episode and blast it out of this poor Remick guy. And one of the most gory scenes in Star Trek, period. And they'd sent a homing beacon, out to the rest of the aliens somewhere out in the galaxy, and we have no idea who they are. Did they get the homing beacon? What was going on? It was a great plot line that was never touched again in the entire series of Star Trek The Next Generation. And I would think it would be fun at some point in Star Trek Picard, maybe Season 3, for them to pick up this plot line and finish the story. I think that would be super cool, and a lot of fans would like that, and that's why it's number 10 on this list. My number 9 pick is going to go to Data Lore. So the evil twin of Data. Lore was a fan favorite throughout The Next Generation. He appeared in several episodes, well, not several, a handful of episodes. The last time we saw him, he was leading the rogue Borg, and after the crew had defeated him, Data dismantled him, getting his motion chip that we end up seeing him using in Star Trek Generations. And I think it would be interesting to come back and revisit this character, maybe bring B4 in as well, and tie the knots up with his character. What would Lore, think about with Data gone? Would he want revenge on Picard for letting him die? I think there'd be a lot of fun story with this character. I think Brent Spiner would have a lot of fun playing this character again and kind of ending this one as well. And personally, I thought, and this could still be the case, I thought AI Soong, who of course is in the show, played by Brent Spiner, I think AI Soong, Artificial Intelligence Soong, I thought that was funny, was Data Lore. Like, Lore somehow got rebuilt, and he made an android organic body and put himself in it and took on the persona of AI Soong. Who knows? What do you guys think? Could that be a possibility? Could we see Lore come back as that incarnation? In any fashion, I think it would be fun to take Lore out for one last drive in Star Trek Picard, and that's why he's number 9 on this list. My number 8 pick is going to go to Dr. Beverly Crusher. Of course, she was a staple on Star Trek The Next Generation, and she was a love interest, kinda on and off, with Captain Picard, and it's got a lot of history with him, and she's actually a commander. She's been in charge of the ship numerous times. In the alternate future for All Good Things, she becomes captain of the Pasteur. So it's unbelievable that she hasn't already shown up in the show. How they used the Doctor from the Stargazer instead of her, I'm not sure what happened. Maybe Gates McFadden couldn't make the schedule or something. But we definitely have to see Dr. Crusher make one more appearance in Star Trek, in Picard at some point. Maybe we'll see it during the time travel or something. I'd like to see them in, their relationship. Maybe they are divorced now. I'd love to see her come back. I think she's a fun actress. I didn't think she'd get a lot of, screen time in the movies, which is a bit unfortunate. She didn't contribute that much. So I think she needs to come back to have a nice, solid, push in Picard as a strong character, and that's why she's number 8 on this list. My number 7 pick is going to go to Commander Shelby. I would love to see where she ended up from Star Trek The Next Generation. This was a fan favorite / fan hated character from Best of Both Worlds, but I think actress Elizabeth Dennedy did a great job with the character. I know in the books she went on to become the first officer of the Excalibur in Star Trek New Frontier, which would be kind of cool if they brought her back and maybe make mention of that. She'd have to be captain at some point of the vessel in Picard, and I think that she would be a great character to bring out for some kind of help for Picard, somebody that he could call on to and pull some strings and get some assistance from Starfleet, or maybe she's at Starfleet, headquarters. This would be a great kind of background character to bring in for one episode to make a, one last cameo in the series and just let us know where she ended up. I think the character had that much spunk in the old show and deserves a cameo, at least in Star Trek Picard, and that's why she's number 7 on our list. My number 6 pick is going to go to Tuvok. Now, this would be a great character to see in Star Trek Picard. I mean, he's a Vulcan. He's going to be around. He's been in Star Trek kind of since Star Trek The Undiscovered Country, thanks to an episode on Voyager where they flashed back to Sulu's Excelsior. So it'd be kind of cool to see him in like 3 generations of Star Trek. I think that would be very cool, and I think Tim Russ would totally be down to do it. And I didn't know until about a year or so ago he was the we ain't found shit guy from Spaceballs. Did you guys know that? I watched a video he did on his YouTube channel, and he was talking about all this stuff. And he's an amateur astronomer, and he said, and I'm always known as the we ain't found shit guy. He's like got a little pick in a sand garden in his backyard. Hilarious. You should watch it. But I think he would be down to do it, and it would be cool to see this character where he is at. And I think that, I think he should be a captain by now of something. And it would be great for Jerry Ryan's 7 of 9 to have an interaction with another Voyager cast member. That would be really cool. And we haven't had a good proper Vulcan in the show, so I think that would be a lot of fun, and that's why he's number 6 on this list. My number 5 pick is going to have to be Wharf. So he is a huge part of Star Trek and The Next Generation and in Deep Space Nine, and I know Michael Dorn wants to come back to Wharf. I think he's voicing him over in the Star Trek Online game here pretty soon, which is pretty cool. And I mean, he's been in Picard's life like heavy. They've got a massive relationship, and it'd be nice to see where he ended up. At the end of DS9, he ended up going to the Klingon Empire, but then in Nemesis, he was back on the bridge of the Enterprise in Starfleet uniform, and then I think in comic books or a book, he became captain of the Enterprise at some point. I personally think he would end up as some kind of governor, like we saw in the alternate future in All Good Things. And this is kind of a cheat because I also think it'd be a good way to sneak in a cameo of General Martok, who should now be Chancellor Martok of the Klingon Empire. And I would think that J.G. Hertzler, who played the character, would come back for a cameo role. I think it'd be a lot of fun to see what the Klingons are actually up to in Star Trek Picard, because we haven't had one Klingon that I know of in the show thus far, and that's why this is my number 5 pick, to have Wharf and maybe slide in Martok there too. My number 4 pick is going to go to Geordi LaForge, played by LeVar Burton. Now, it was initially rumored he was going to be in Season 2, but that's apparently been debunked, but who knows, could be misinformation. Me personally, I think he needs to make an appearance in the series. We did not get to see him say goodbye to Data, and they were best friends, but it would have kind of taken away from Picard and Data's relationship, I think, and it'd be nice to see them talk about Data and come together about Data. Would be really cool. And I think in the alternate future from Voyager, where he became captain of the USS Challenger, a Galaxy class starship, I think that would be a fun tie-in to actually get Picard onto the bridge of a Galaxy class again and reminisce about the Enterprise and see Geordi in charge of it. Would be amazing, and that's why it's number 4 on my list. My number 3 pick has got to be Garrick. Andrew Robinson nailed this character from Deep Space Nine. I think it would be fun to see a DS9 character in, especially since we see a bunch of Bajoran artifacts in the teaser trailer, and we've got to see where Garrick ended up. He was a fan favorite in DS9, and the actor is brilliant, brings this character to life, and I'd love to see Picard deal with this character, and I think 7 would be a lot of fun. Maybe Rios knows the guy somehow. I think it'd be a lot of fun and very cool to see Garrick come back and maybe use his connections, what's left of them, or maybe he's made all new, brand new connections. Maybe he runs the new Cardassian Secret Service. Whatever it is, I think it would be fantastic to see where this character ended up, and must make an appearance at some point in Star Trek Picard, and that's why he's number 3 on this list. My number 2 pick has got to go to Vash from Star Trek The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. This woman, number 1, sexy as hell, for sure. The character was awesome, a great counterfoil to Picard. One of his lover, girlfriends, whatever you want to call her. I think Jennifer Hetrick did a great job with this character in both shows. And I don't know if anybody knows, she's from Westerville, Ohio, which is kind of funny to me personally because I spent a year traveling to Westerville, Ohio for work once upon a time. So that was kind of cool for me to learn. But yeah, I mean, she does a great job. She's fun. And with all the Bajoran artifacts that we see in the teaser trailer, it would be natural for her to make an appearance in this show. Plus, she already knows Q. We know Q's going to be in the series. I think it would be very natural for her to show up because of those two things. And, well, she's got connection to Quark from Deep Space Nine, who we did see have a bar in Star Trek Picard Season 1. So maybe he's got multiple bars across the galaxy. And he did help Picard in Season 1, although we didn't get to see the actor. But all 3 of those ties together would make a great Season 2 or Season 3 appearance by this actress. And, man, it would be great. And that is why it's number 2 on this list. And my number one pick has got to go to Quark from Deep Space Nine, played by Armin Shimmerman. He started out on Star Trek The Next Generation and is kind of the father of the Ferengi because he was the main actor that we saw playing the Ferengi in the original episode, and he's played a few other Ferengi, but really broke it out with Quark and defined Ferengi for the Star Trek series, and just one of the best characters in Star Trek, period. We know he helped Picard and crew in Star Trek Season 1. They mentioned him. Mr. Quark of Ferenginar gave you, a lot of good points, blah, blah, blah. And we actually see Quark's bar next to Mr. Mott's barbershop, which is kind of cool. But we see Quark's bar on the planet that they're at, and I personally think, and a lot of other fans think, that he's got a chain of bars across the galaxy at this point in Star Trek Picard, which is really cool. And I think it would be awesome for them to go back and utilize his help again, and get the actor involved and bring him in. And he's got ties to both Vash and Garrick, which is cool, and they could be really cool ties to bring into the series, along with Q, because he did kind of meet Q a little bit on Deep Space Nine, so it would be a lot of fun to see Quark, if nothing else, for one episode. So there it is, guys, my top 10 lists of characters we need to come back at some point in Star Trek Picard. What do you think? Leave a comment down below. Do you agree with this list? Are there any characters that I missed out that you would like to see come back for an episode or a cameo? I'd love to hear from you. Jump over to my Facebook page, join the conversation there. You can also follow me on Instagram at UltraMaximusReviews or Twitter at Ultra__Maximus. And as always, look for more videos in the future. Make it so. Hey guys, thanks for watching. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Be sure to click all the things, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for new videos, and follow me on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below.